But let's talk about what we saw from the Boston Celtics, or the Celtics in general. We want to know, Tim, which is a more valuable asset for the Celtics? Isaiah Thomas or the #1 overall pick in the 2017 draft? When you look at IT, entering the final year of his contract, 28-year-old scheduled to make about $6.3 million. He missed the last 3 games with a hip injury. More valuable.
It's the #1 pick because Isaiah Thomas only has 1 more year, like you said, and then he's going to want big bucks. And that's going to be a tough decision. I think an impossible decision for the Celtics to move forward and give him over $30 million a year for a guy who's entering, the latter stages of his career. And who knows how his body is going to hold up. He's a little guy, takes a lot of hits, couldn't complete this series because of injury.
Yep.
And now you're going to give him a long-term deal of $30 million a year. My answer is going to be the #1 pick. Will he ever average nearly 30 points a game like Isaiah Thomas? To be honest, that's probably unlikely.
Okay.
That's a lot of points to average. I think Isaiah Thomas is the greatest ever player under 6 feet tall ever to play in the NBA.
Yep.
But he's a defensive liability, and the Celtics, the way they're building right now with Brad Stevens, a coach that's being identified as one of the top coaches in the NBA, with the #1 pick, with a top pick next year, with money to spend, man, they have some valuable assets right now, and I think more valuable than Isaiah Thomas. So I know Gordon Hayward wants to go to Boston. I'm not sure he's the end-all, be-all as far as,
Why you say want?
Who's his college coach?
We've had this conversation before, Tim. I've heard Gordon Hayward say he doesn't even really talk to Brad Stevens regularly.
He's lying.
Like, Quinn Snyder is a good coach.
He's lying.
And Hayward and Snyder have a great relationship. I see the comparison and why that might be intriguing, but you said, I know, as if, you're homies with his best friend.
He recruited the guy to go to college, and now all of a sudden they don't talk about it. You believe that? It's not true. He has to say that because, what if he says the other thing? Oh, yeah, we talk all the time. How does that sound? That sounds horrible.
Just because you have a relationship with your college coach, which I understand, that doesn't mean that we don't go our separate ways and do our own thing. Like, I might talk to you every now and then. How many of your college teammates that you were cool with at Northwestern do you really still keep in touch with on a regular basis?
5. I was best man at 3 of their weddings.
Okay.
I've been best man 7 times, Clement. Does that say a lot about the type of friend I am? How many times have you come in and brought me junior bacon cheeseburgers? How many times have you brought me Frosties, chocolate chip cookies, bread from my Italian place down the street? You always eat me. Want to know why? Because I'm a team player. Okay. So I had the most assists in 1 season at Northwestern. You know what I mean? You're just a scorer. You're Carmelo Anthony. You're calling ISO. You're waving me through. And I'm going through because I'm a freaking real teammate.
You know what, though?
That's a bad example. College is the best time of your life. You know that.
Okay.
All the dirt you were doing back in Temple.
I had some.
Sure,
good
you don't want your wife to know those stories, okay? College is the best time. You hold those teammates and those coaches closer to you than any other professional coach or any other professional teammate. So, yes, he has to tell the media, I don't talk to Brad Stevens. Because the flip side of that is I talk to Brad Stevens all the time. That would not be good for anyone's business.
Not a good look, but I can't dispute I am like Carmelo
Dunkin'
Anthony.
Donuts? I mean, you
like,
want me to keep rolling? I keep going. I could probably name 10 things you've eaten.
I'm like Melo. I do like to just shoot.
Clear out.
Have to admit it.